Good morning, AP Physics. So this is going to be a video overview of our remote day. And so we are back into our hybrid schedule. And let's get started. So we're going to keep the regular format going with the AP Physics Google Classroom right here. So notice you have your AP Spring Semester Calendar. That's where we're going to find most of our information. I do want to notice that in the Classwork tab, you still find all the information that we have linked into the calendar. So here's the calendar. A couple things to notice. We have got our in-person day and our remote day. Obviously, in-person day, we'll be doing it synchronously, so we'll do that in class. But for the remote day, I'm going to do these little presentations right at the beginning. So we're going to be working to look at the answers to the review that we did on Friday. Then we're going to introduce a new topic called simple harmonic motion and do a lab with that. As part of this intro for our homework, we're going to have a Khan Academy module. The videos will be optional. If you find that you're doing just fine with the exercises and getting them done quick and easily, then don't worry about the videos. If you're bogged down with them, you can't figure it out, keep working at it to get that highest score. Remember, the highest score you get goes in the gradebook, but that's when the videos might be good for you to look at. As far as the simple harmonic motion reading comprehension, there's some chapters in the online textbook linked to the document. And then we also have this lab, which is going to be an assessment lab, and it will be due Friday, whereas the other two, Khan Academy and the reading comprehension, will be due on Wednesday by 8 a.m. Okay. One thing to note also is there's a link to this attendance form. And on remote days, you're going to have to do that attendance form to get attendance taken care of. All right, so getting into our slideshow for the day. So notice we are on our remote day. This is the attendance form. I want you to do this at the end of class. I just put it up there to kind of notice, but you do want to fill it out before you're done. Remember, we are now into our hybrid schedule, and so we have our different cohorts. Remember, it's the A cohort is here Monday and Wednesday. B cohort is here Tuesday and Thursday, and remote students should follow the A cohort days and come in synchronously in Zoom on Monday, Wednesday, and then you'll just do remote the rest of the day. Friday is remote for everybody. All right, so here is the formulas we've been working through. Notice how I just have boxes around everything we've done so far. And notice that I added with this purple boxes here some new formulas for simple harmonic motion. Here are those formulas, and you'll look at those again a little bit later in the slideshow here. Okay. All right, so the impulse momentum, this is our last unit. We have a test for this next class on our remote day. There's some links to some notes, so just look over notes for the whole entire unit. And these are the exercises we did last class. So just check your answers on these. Consider these to be part of your review for your final exam. On the synchronous day, we're doing the main review for the final exam. It's just going to be on Wednesday, Thursday. It'll be on the remote day, the final. So this is the work we did the other day. And here's the first one that you did in your journal and uploaded it. And here's the answers. And so just kind of go through and just check your answers. Just going through here, they're all kind of in a row. You'll see the question, you'll see the answer. Okay, good. All right, now we're starting a unit right now called simple harmonic motion. And this picture right here shows you simple harmonic motion. Pendulums, which is what we're looking at here, are one of the ways that we look at simple harmonic motion. And notice as this pendulum goes back and forth with a piece of paper running underneath it, that it actually traces out a sine wave. And this is really what simple harmonic motion is looking at, is this regular sinusoidal motion and the mathematics that goes along with that, and where are these connections in the real world. Now, as far as the formulas that we're going to use for this unit, I have them here, and I've defined the terms for you. We have the formula for period frequency formula. We have the formula for the period of a mass spring oscillator, a formula for a pendulum. We have a sine wave equation right here. Okay, it's actually a cosine wave, but similar kind of thing. We have Hooke's law, and we have energy of a spring. And we'll be doing a lot with springs, so getting back into energy again, and how that works with springs. So here's some supplemental notes. These are just a set of notes here to kind of look through. It's an overview of the whole entire unit. Okay. All right. Now, as far as getting ready for this unit, you're going to be doing some readings in simple harmonic motion. The link is here. It's due Wednesday. And you'll be working on the introduction to simple harmonic motion in Khan Academy, also due Wednesday. All right, now the next couple slides have some notes, and some of these are actually a repeat of notes that we did with circular motion, so some of this may look familiar, but you're going to want to take some notes in your journal about this. Now, notice the first one here is the time period of a wave. I've given you the formula and asked you a question. There's a definition here too, and then down in the teacher notes, I answered the question for you also. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's for the period of a wave. We also have another one for the frequency of a wave with definitions, formulas, and a question. Answers are down in there. And just to sum it up, here is the formula for frequency related to period. Here's the formula for period related to frequency. And notice they're just inverses of each other. Okay, you'll want to memorize those formulas. We use them a lot. All right, now as far as some characteristics of a wave, we've got these characteristics. I put some definitions in the bottom. But so what is a simple harmonic oscillator? What is a wavelength? What is an equilibrium position? What's displacement versus amplitude? Some of this might help you with the questions and the reading comprehension too. The questions there just ask you really about these types of things. This is some work that we did earlier around elastic potential energy. And so this is notes that are really just coming back from stuff we did in the fall. But this shows you how the integral, or the area under the curve of a force with respect to stretch of a spring, how this integral here is what we call elastic potential energy. Okay, and then we go to the definition of a simple harmonic motion. Okay, and I've given some words down at the bottom here to think it through, but you'll see this in your reading also. So define a simple harmonic oscillator. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a lab that looks at two different harmonic oscillators. One of them is called a mass spring oscillator, and this is a formula for it. And this one here is a pendulum simple harmonic oscillator. And this is the formula for pendulums. Now you're going to go ahead and do this lab here. It's called Experimenting with Simple Harmonic Motion. And it's an assessment lab, and it's a kind of a pre-look at these ideas. This lab will be due on Friday. Okay, you'll want to start it today. And in the lab itself, you're going to have a copy that's going to be in Google Classroom. So you're going to type directly in here. Okay. Now you're going to open up the pendulum FET and work through this by experimenting with a pendulum in the FET. And then the mass spring oscillator FET, you're going to do an experiment in there also and learn some things about the characteristics of simple harmonic motion, and then do a compare and contrast among the variables of a simple harmonic oscillator. Okay, and so that again is an assessment lab, so put some good effort into it. It's going to count in that higher grade proportion of your grade book. Last thing to do is just fill out your remote attendance form, and you're done for the day. So you guys have a great day. Enjoy yourself.